Travis Wayne Goodsell. Something else to add to my previous video today on Russell M. Nelson cancels Second Coming. It has to do with the predatory nature of the church. The death of the sleeping man at Wendy's in Atlanta, who was then shot in the back, reminds me of when I was a young 19-year-old missionary. Yeah, that's how old I am. Those families who had experienced loss in their family from death, even those who are struggling financially, we would still go to them to proselyte and give the discussions to as investigators, promising that Jesus Christ is who they needed in their life more than ever during this time. And as I look back, and as I look to this, and as Nelson as the coronavirus is at its worst, as protests of white supremacist authoritarian abuse is escalating in our martial law civil war, second civil war. For Nelson to send missionaries back out into the field during this time, you know that they're going to be trained to tell people, hey, coronavirus, no problem with Jesus Christ, who will cure it in your life if you are faithful and if you join the church and thus pay a full tithe to the church and pay fast offerings on a monthly basis, etc. That's the predatory nature of the church, and why it's so horrendous for the church when coronavirus is at its worst to be sending missionaries back out into the field, when missionaries have already been dying from the coronavirus and they're sending them back out into the field. I mean, that's not just canceling out the prophecy of Heber C. Kimball. This is just plain right inhumane for a medical doctor to do to a flock of his religious followers. And plus, unemployed during coronavirus, people are going to say, oh, the church is filthy rich. I'm sure if I can join, that I'll be able to share in that money. That's what those south of our border in America believed. And when they realized, hey, the church isn't helping me financially, I'm having to walk to the temple to sell our last chicken in order to make that trip so that I can be endowed in the temple? Seriously? The church can't pay this one time to have me endowed in the temple? The church can't provide me with temple clothes? They're filthy rich. They can't do that one thing? Oh, but then they'd have to do it for everybody. If they need to, yes. And so that's really disturbing, as we are in the last days, literally. This is Armageddon. This is the first second coming. If you don't understand, go to Jeremiah chapter 23 and pay attention as to who he's talking about, who is like Moses. Give you a hint, it's not Jesus of the Gospels. He did not save the Jews. And so mean, this is a horrible time to be a member of the church. I mean, if I didn't know what I already know, having studied church history and found out the truth about what I've been lied to all these years, decades, I would still have difficulty with what's going on right now, as Nelson is sending back the missionaries out into the mission field. Reassigned locations because some places aren't reopened yet, but he's still sending them back. What the hell are you doing? Coronavirus is worse than when we stayed home, stayed safe, and lost our jobs, and we're receiving welfare. And now we're told, hey, we're opened up. Your welfare is ending. Go back to work. Nobody's hiring you? Well, that's on you. You're a slacker. You're a lazy bum who's trying to milk the system. Church is still not going to give you any assistance because it's supposed to be temporary and you're supposed to be getting a job. And so we'll put you to work, but we can't put you to work. So we'll have you get a job first before we give you assistance. Those are just some extra features of how Mormons bear their testimony that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the only true church of God on the face of the earth. There's a thing called bearing false witness, Mormons.